Some stories are too dangerous for the Bible. They are tales of fallen angels and forbidden gifts, tucked away in the margins because they were deemed too controversial for Scripture. Among them, one story stands out: the tale of a rebel angel named Azazel. He armed humanity, taught them forbidden arts, and suffered a punishment so severe it was nearly erased from history. What exactly did he teach us? And why was his story buried? This video exposes the forbidden secrets of Azazel the Bible tried to keep hidden. Before he was branded a demon, Azazel was a watcher, a divine angel tasked with observing the young race of humanity. But from his heavenly view, he saw more than a flock to be guided. He saw beings with untapped potential. This story isn't in Genesis. Its main source is the ancient and infamous Book of Enoch, a text considered so shocking it was banned from the official biblical canon for centuries by religious figures. And it's in this controversial book that Azazel's true role is revealed. He wasn't just another fallen angel. He was a revolutionary teacher. According to Enoch, Azazel taught men the art of metallurgy, showing them how to forge swords, knives, and shields, unleashing organized, deadly warfare upon the world. He then turned to the women, revealing the secrets of cosmetics and adornments. The Book of Enoch frames these not as innocent gifts, but as tools of seduction that corrupted the soul and led to widespread godlessness. Meanwhile, other watchers taught enchantments and sorcery, severing humanity's reliance on the divine. The age of innocence was annihilated, replaced by an age of iron, blood, and forbidden magic. The rebellion began when 200 watchers, led by their chief Semjaza, descended on Mount Hermon to defy divine law. They took human wives, shattering the sacred boundary between heaven and earth. Their unholy union spawned the Nephilim. In the book of Genesis, chapter 6, the Bible describes them simply as mighty men who were of old, men of renown. But the book of Enoch paints a much darker picture. There, the Nephilim are portrayed as savage giants with an insatiable appetite for destruction. Their very existence was a monstrous testament to their parents' sin. And while Semjaza may have led the pact, the Book of Enoch pins the greatest blame on Azazel. He is portrayed as the prime corrupter, who armed men for war and taught women the arts of seduction. The text is so clear that an archangel is told to ascribe all sin to him. The cries of a tormented world reached the heavens. The divine order was broken, and a response was coming. Humanity and the Watchers had crossed a line. Now, the consequences could not be avoided. The corruption on earth demanded swift and terrible judgment. The Watchers were to be bound and cast into darkness to await the final day of judgment. Their giant children, the Nephilim, were incited into a bloody civil war, destroying one another. But for Azazel, the architect of the fall, a unique and horrifying fate was reserved. God commanded the archangel Raphael to bind Azazel hand and foot and cast him into the darkness. An opening was made in the desert of Dudael, where he was thrown in, covered with sharp and jagged rocks, his face veiled and trapped in blackness until his final judgment, when he would be cast into a lake of fire. This punishment is powerfully symbolic, connecting him directly to a mysterious ritual in Leviticus. During the Day of Atonement, or Yom Kippur, 2 goats were chosen. One was sacrificed to God, while the other, the scapegoat, had the sins of the people placed upon it and was sent into the wilderness for Azazel. For centuries, scholars debated what Azazel meant, but the Book of Enoch offers a chilling answer. Humanity's sins were being sent back to the one blamed for corrupting them. With the rebels imprisoned, one final cleansing was needed. The Great Flood, a cosmic reset to wash the earth clean of the Watcher's taint. After the flood, what happened to this incredible story? For the most part, it was erased. The tale of Azazel and the Watchers was deliberately omitted from the texts that would become the Hebrew Bible and most versions of the Christian Old Testament. The Book of Enoch itself was deemed too theologically controversial. Its vivid descriptions of angelic rebellion and the idea that celestial beings were a primary source of evil blurred lines that later religious authorities found uncomfortable. So, the book was sidelined, preserved for nearly 2,000 years almost exclusively by the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, which uniquely kept it in its official biblical canon. It wasn't until the 18th century that European explorers brought it back to the Western world. Its rediscovery was then bolstered by the unearthing of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the 20th century, which contained fragments of the book, proving it was widely read in ancient Judaism. This exclusion has, ironically, only fueled the book's mystique, turning the story of Azazel into a cornerstone for those who believe the greatest truths are the ones that have been deliberately hidden. The myth of Azazel is more than an ancient tale. It's a powerful allegory about the nature of knowledge. The gifts he gave, technology, artistry, power, are the very foundations of civilization. Yet, in the story, they are also the instruments of our downfall, forcing us to ask whether humanity can handle the power it discovers. His story raises fascinating questions. Was Azazel a straightforwardly evil corrupter? Or was he a tragic, Prometheus-like figure, punished for giving humanity the fire of knowledge? Was he truly the source of all sin? Or was he simply made the scapegoat for a darkness that was already stirring in the human heart? The figure of Azazel lives on, a shadow in the footnotes of Scripture. He is a symbol of rebellion, of forbidden wisdom, and of the haunting reminder that some knowledge comes at a terrible price, and some secrets are buried for a reason. Who do you think was more to blame for the fall? The Watchers who offered the knowledge, or the humans who eagerly took it? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys into the hidden corners of history and myth. The story you just watched is based on ancient legends and apocryphal texts like the Book of Enoch. These tales were never included in the official Bible, mainly for theological reasons, not because of proven conspiracy. Most historians and scholars today see them as myth or allegory, not literal history. Our goal is to bring you the forgotten stories and mysteries that shaped ancient imagination, inviting you to explore, question, and discover for yourself.